Alright, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to say, Kalim Lo Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Bashimah Raka Kodash, and double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone, GMS, who do rule and teach well. So, would like to get into these two quick verses here. Actually, three quick verses here. Starting off from the 9th verse, I'm going to talk about, America, Roman connections, going to the bread and circuses and things like that. So, Revelation 17 and 9. So here's the mind which has wisdom, the seven heads of 7 mountains, on which Roman sitteth. The mountains are governments, Isaiah the 2nd chapter. And there are 7 kings. 5 are fallen, 1 is, and the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. All right. The 7 kings are, the Greeks, the Romans, Germany Major, Germany Minor, the Gauls of, France, was it the British, Spain, Spanish, right? So, yeah, Gauls, Greeks, Germany Major, Germany Minor, Spain, right? The 1 is the Roman Empire. Can't forget about Britain. The other's not yet come is Great Britain, and then America, right? 1 is, because that's where it was to be written on the island of Patmos. Romans were still in power, right? I believe Nero was ruling at that time, and in that time, earlier on, there was like small Roman conquest into Britain, and they took like the South. They kind of consolidated it at first, going into Jake's rulership of Rome. But, Great Britain as we know it now, where it's ruled by Edomites, the Renaissance and things like that. That didn't come till later on, And of course, we got more territory there anyway, because, Jake got his power in there, Dark Ages, but, in time, Renaissance period, we lost all that. These Edomites, they started to consolidate and beat us back. We lost our places, not only there, which, Britain and stuff like that. That was a little later on, but, it started earlier on with things like us losing Spain, getting kicked out of, like, Italy and stuff like that, losing that. So on and so forth, and then Constantinople, to the Ottoman Turks, those Edomites, and then you come as Great Britain and then America, right, which is going to be talked about later on, right, because Great Britain was used by the Lord later on to bring Amalek, into the land, Balfour Declaration, so. And the beast that was is not, even he is the 8th of the 7 and goeth to perdition. Right? And then mother shall be sore confounded. I think that's Jeremiah 50. Right, so that beast that was referring to the Roman Empire, which came back in reincarnation as America. 8th and this other 7, right? America came out of the British Empire, which is other 7, which is 1 and 2. Goeth to perdition, America will be destroyed. And absolutely, like it says, to Abel, this body was given up to the fire in Daniel the 7th chapter. So. Okay, so this is a quick article from thehill.com. Bread and circuses could strike down America like it did Rome. Use of propaganda for diversion to an altered state of reality is defined by the politicians and political parties and is not new, it's not new, right? We even observe this conflict, this concept of diversion in antiquity, right? So it's nothing new. The use of propaganda to divert your attention and kind of see things in a altered state of reality. It's nothing new. Absolutely, just go on your phone and it's all bread and circuses, and everything, all the sporting games, all the Even though, I like my UFC and stuff like that, and I like a lot of the old stuff, Pride, Affliction, you know, all those kind of things, man. At the end of the day, it's all just a distraction and stuff like that. All that stuff, it's used by these state governments to keep the people docile and keep them from seeing the government for what it really is. It's just a group of crooks. At the end of the day, just suckling away all your resources, your time, your energy, and just taking away everything from you, man. Debt, putting you in debt, and that's just what it is, man. Meanwhile, they're telling you everything is okay, everything's okay, we're gonna handle inflation. It says in the 19th chapter. But they fail miserably. So looting and bread and circuses for the masses, not just ancient Rome, describes Roman government policies. Emperors in the later stages of the empire used both free bread into the food and free entertainment to placate the larger number of people who were otherwise poorly served by the government, right? Julius Caesar did things like that, if I recall. Handed out food and stuff like that. But the Roman gladiatorial arenas. I'm not sure if it was Caesar who brought that back. Might have been Augustus, but one of them brought it back. Because they weren't used for a little bit, or widely used, and they brought them back. In the big way. And then, Jake was getting all involved with that too later on. Commodus and all that stuff. Jose Azel's definition in the politics of bread and circuses provided an easily understood and concise description. Bread and circus are political strategies calculated to appease a population, divert attention from controversial failed policies or populist welfare programs. Right? Populist just means targeted towards the everyman. Right? That's what they constantly do. Our welfare programs have failed today. Doesn't help people, leave at the end of the day. Just keeps people, docile, keeps them comfortable, like the old projects thing, It's supposed to be there so people don't have to constantly stay there, like the kind of subsidized housing. It's supposed to be there to help people, eventually get out. But he would just he set it up for people to get comfortable. They've funded a culture around that. A culture around our people just being in poverty and just staying in poverty. The gang culture, the criminal culture, the drugs, all this stuff was all done on purpose, and it's been funded, by Amlech, with the music and the celebrities and blah, 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 blah. These things that have been nurtured, by Edom to keep our people down. I think it's Zechariah 1, I bring it up all the time, the Lord was rough with his people, but the nations further the affliction, the heathen further the affliction. He further explains public support is created not through exceptional public service and effective public prophecy, but through diversion and patronage. Exactly. So Oxford definition provides the following definition. Oxford reference provides the following definition. A term referring to the potential of mass spectator sports and mass spectacle to divert populations or factions of a population away from the weightier business of politics and society, which is absolutely 100% what's going on, always, that's why they have all these sports shows, and not only do you have sports, right, you have to have sports commentary shows, talking about the sports. It just keeps the people, and their tensions diverted, but we know how it is for us, even though there's nothing wrong with indulging in entertainment. As I just said, you know, I do like my UFC. I do like, the old stuff. Like I said, good old days of Pride. Where guys could just, get in the cage. No drug testing, and just have fucking two fucking bodybuilders basically beating each other to death. I do like it, but at the end of the day, because we're the truth. We have limits. We're not just distracted, just watching that bullshit, all day, every day, and not focusing on the truth. We have Sabbaths. We keep our Sabbaths, and we're strict with our Sabbaths. We're not gonna watch no bullshit or engage in any sort of distraction and things like that. We always look into these things anyway, because the scripture says, I think it's in James, we have an unction to know all things, so we're always keeping our eyes open. But yeah, that was pretty much it. What I see recently, in Ecuador, was it armed conflict has just been declared or something, or some sort of rebel group they took over some TV station or something. So that's wars, rumors of wars. I believe they're holding a new election in Taiwan, which, whoever they elect, that doesn't really matter. The whole China-Taiwan thing is, kind of, well, it's at a standstill. Neither party's going to make the first move for now. China's always postured itself to make it seem like, oh, we're doing joint exercises. Then Western media says, oh, look, they're doing joint exercises. Oh, look, ultra alarmist type shit. But that stuff is coming. It's a matter of time. You just gotta, wait and see. So, Lord willing, you're edified, and shalom.